Hello, fabulous friends and fans. Welcome to this special series of videos on natal planets conjunct the nodes and transiting planets conjunct the nodes. Originally, when I created these videos, they ended up being over an hour long, where I went through the sky and talked about each of the planets. Now, what I've done is I've edited these videos down so that you can get right to the information that you want. Look at the exact planet that you want. I want to thank you so much for watching, and thank you especially for the suggestions that you guys give me on the videos that you want to see in the YouTube comments, on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and of course my website, nadiyashah.com. Please do keep those questions, suggestions, interactions, and positive energy coming. It really does mean so much to me. And if you like these videos, please share them. And of course, let me know online. Enjoy. Mars conjunct the nodes. Mars conjunct the south node is so important because it really is about, I have found transiting Mars is about understanding power. Okay, understanding power. And in some cases, this is power that is good, okay? In some cases, not so good. And in some cases, about understanding obstructions to a healthy expression of power. When Mars conjuncts the south node, I mean, this can be people leaving as well, but this can be people who have annoyed you in the past, who you've had enough of, and finally they're leaving and you're like, okay, thank goodness they're gone. Sometimes this can be people leaving in a very dramatic fashion as well. So just be aware of that. It doesn't have to manifest that way. Your intention can ensure that it doesn't manifest that way, but that is a possibility. So I have to put that out there. But mostly what I found is it tends to denote sort of, it can also denote, rather, if you are approaching the chart with greater consciousness, what this can also bring with it is an understanding of an intelligent use of your will. And so having enough understanding of yourself to say, okay, I am going to point my energy in this direction. And when Mars conjuncts the south node, it's about having the self-knowledge enough to know where your energy is being wasted and you don't want to put any energy there anymore. But pretty much Mars conjunct the south node, it's so interesting because I find that when there are some particularly active things taking place in a person's chart, that's when they tend to place an order for a personalized horoscope. And so, because friends and fans know this is an offering that I have on my website where I look at your chart. And I have been finding right now as I'm recording this, we're just sort of finishing off an extended visit of Mars through the sign of Libra. So I'm actually recording this in the middle of 2014. And while Mars has been going through Libra, I have actually seen an unusually large number of charts in this period of time where people have been experiencing Mars swimming over their south node again and again. So 3 visits to the south node. This is not uncommon for somebody to reach out, want some astrological guidance while Mars is conjunct the south node, because such strong emotions are coming up. Very powerful endings could be taking place. And because Mars is also about control, there can be a feeling of a loss of control when Mars is moving over the south node. And because of that, that motivates a deeper understanding. That motivates us to want to see, well, what's really going on here? Help me understand this symbolically, which is why they might look to the astrology chart to understand this symbol more deeply. But ultimately, it is about, and this is so important, the purpose of life is to move towards the north node, to move towards greater love and greater wisdom. Nothing leaves that isn't supposed to. And Mars conjunct the south node makes it undeniably clear what has served its karmic purpose in your life, and that it's okay to let it go. Mars conjunct the north node is also very powerful. It tends to bring in a figure, usually a male figure, who tends to have a very strong presence, a very strong will, or it attracts people into your life who encourage you to bring those quality forward. Now, Mars is also it could be thought of as a sacred warrior, spiritual warrior, or just a warrior, a soldier, an athlete as well. And so these archetypes will be inspired in you at this time. So you may find that you attract someone who is an athlete into your life, or you may attract someone who is who practices some sort of martial arts or spiritual arts even, depending on the sign that Mars is going through, or even depending on the level of consciousness you're bringing. But in some way, the universe is going to encourage you to tap into your warrior, your sacred warrior energy. And how you exert that, what you actually do with that, is really going to be entirely up to you. And channeling that energy wisely is so, so important. So when you see that Mars is coming up on your nodes, I always say, when I see that, I say, start going to the gym first and foremost. That might help you. Just because that's a healthy way to tap into this energy and release this energy. Or else life will present you with opportunities to harness your warrior energy. And how does that usually get harnessed? We get upset about something. And so what you don't want to do is squander this energy. What you want to do is understand that Mars is sacred energy. It's energy of change, change that matters to you, change that leads you to self-knowledge so that you can exert yourself more authentically into the world. And when you tap into that side of Mars, then you find yourself incredibly empowered. You know yourself that much more deeply, and you're able to take action that much more intelligently. And when Mars conjuncts the North Node, it's about people coming in who inspire this in you, who see that in you, and want you to bring forward your very best.